This is the story of how I almost went to jail.
Holy shit.
It's really not my proudest moment. I feel like I'm low-key exposing myself. It's almost a message to myself. I have to be responsible for my own actions. This story takes place back in 2019. Oh, wait, this took place in 2021. I'm so stupid. I said 2019. You know, I'm only telling this story because I want you guys to learn from it. Because after this, I really thought about my actions, and I definitely changed a little bit. Oh, here it is. Right here. I went on a road trip, then blew up my car. Great idea, right? The reason I wanted to go big for this video was basically I was taking a break from YouTube, so I hadn't posted in like a month or two, and so I was like, I need to come back with a banger. And I thought buying a cheap car and then blowing it up was literally gonna be epic. But little did I know, it was the start of a lot of stress and pain. So I posted this video. It was actually kind of flopping for my channel at the time. When I blew up my car in the middle of the desert, I was expected to tow it back that same day, but the car was so disintegrated, we couldn't tow it back, and I had a flight the next day, so I left it because I thought it was in the middle of nowhere and no one would ever find it. Well, someone found it. I didn't know at the time, but the property I was on was private and it was also military property, which is, you know, a recipe for disaster. I forgot to add a crucial part of the story. This is how I discovered I was in trouble in the first place. Basically, I was on a trip with my girlfriend Ashley at the time in Cancun, and the day we're leaving, I get a call from my father. I pick up the phone from my dad and he goes, Kelly, the police came to my door and they're looking for you. Hey, we're looking for Kelly Wakasa. We found his car in the desert. And at the time, like, my heart was racing. My dad was nonchalant. He didn't even care. He's like, it's fine. And then meanwhile, Ashley's literally on FaceTime.
Your dad was so chill about it.
Bro, he was. I remember being at this rental car place in Mexico, looking up like what happens if they get me for like arson or like, I don't know, blowing up the car. And then Ashley's like finding things that's like, you're going to jail for 5 years.
I literally was preparing myself because I was looking at what could happen. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna get a felony. He is gonna be in jail. Like, how is our relationship gonna work if you're in jail? And I told him that if anyone calls him, not to say anything and to say I need to have a lawyer present when we speak about this. God, it was so scary.
Your boy really had a moment. Very scary moment. But yeah, that's basically how I discovered I was in trouble in the first place. Now back to the story. Basically, I had to call this guy, a person of military. That's when stuff got really serious. Literally, they called me and they're like, yo, we found your car. They found like the license plate, which I thought was burned, but karma comes back, guys. You can't just leave stuff. I really learned that after this. This is the exact email of what I was eventually like, I don't know if the right word is convicted, but convicted for or in trouble for. You were invested for photographing a defense installation, reckless burning, criminal littering, and unlawful entry onto federal property. So I had 4 crimes and I was like, oh my God, I was just trying to make a YouTube video. Like, what did I do? And I was just like thinking about it. I was like, dude, I'm so stupid. Like, why didn't I just like get rid of the car? And you guys probably are like, dude, why didn't you get rid of the car? But after we filmed it, the car was literally like halfway into the dirt and pretty much dust. And my thought was like, dude, this is literally like art. Like, I feel like I've gone somewhere and I see like a car that's just completely broken on the side of the road and it's kind of like part of the land now. And so I thought it was just like made the place cooler. And I know that sounds like silly, but that's what I thought. This was happening in the beginning of like your mom's house. And I was talking with them on the phone constantly and like not knowing what to do. Like, yo, I don't want to speak right now because I need a lawyer. Because that's what I thought. Like, I need a lawyer, talk to a lawyer. They're like, just talk to them, be honest, apologize. My parents were very like scared. I was scared. I remember thinking like, dude, I'm gonna go to jail. I looked up all these crimes I did. I looked up like reckless burning and I was like, holy crap, I'm going to jail for 10 years. Like, oh my God, no, please. And so I was ready to like pay the biggest fine, ready to go to jail. I mean, I was overreacting probably, but I was so scared. Like, no, dude, like I really didn't have this malintent to do this like reckless burning. Like, we had fire extinguishers to keep it contained. We blew up the car in the most like non-forest fire-esque place. And so it was just like, oh, I could not believe that this was happening. And looking back, I'm just like, bro, I'm so stupid. But you're probably wondering what happened next. So I was fortunate enough that they were cool with dropping the charges for 30 hours of community service. And I literally almost shed a tear when they said that because I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I remember being just like so grateful to them and just like, guys, I got really lucky that they didn't want to press charges because they totally could have pressed charges. So I definitely learned from this. I did 30 hours of community service and the community service was actually super fun. I just was so grateful to be able to do community service instead of have to go to jail or or pay a fine, and it was just a roller coaster. I talked to so many people, so many like lawyers or lawyer friends, like, hey, what should I do? And I hope you guys, you know, watch this video and listen to it, because I'm not expecting you guys to be blowing up cars, but do it Excite safely and learn from my mistakes so you don't have to have this much stress and everything. So I was really lucky. And with that said, thanks guys. Do it Excite safely. Subscribe. Love you guys.